Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is, I don't know, it's just something that I'm putting up to fill in time while I wait for the closing date on the viewer's choice build vote. That's going well. There's a whole load of different mastery combos that are getting a few votes each. I think it's going to be quite close. I want to talk about what I think is going to come out ahead. But I mean, you can always, if you can be bothered, you can always go on there and flick through and have a look yourself. See if you think you need to upvote something that you were interested in. I don't really mind how you do that. You can click on as much stuff, like as many of the posts that have that mastery in as you want. You know, there's no rules. It's, if I started making rules, I'd be the biggest hypocrite on the planet. So yeah, so that I'm looking forward to that. It doesn't matter what mastery combo wins, it's going to be a laugh. And I think I'll do it in a, I don't know, maybe a little bit more of a slower, methodical, proper way, and discuss various options, maybe even set up some skills and run around a bit and then say alternatively I could have done it this way, and then reclaim the points, whatever. Well, what you got, okay, let's talk about what I'm doing here. What I'm doing here is the Vitality Vindicator that I've got on the go at the moment. So I'm juggling all these different builds. I've had some comments. I mean, I should have said that a really good skill for that is Devouring Swarm. Now I try to avoid using Devouring Swarm because I burned out on Devouring Swarm back in the past, bizarrely doing a retaliation build, and this was before the expansions came out, and I did a retaliation warder, soldier and shaman, and I leveled it using Devouring Swarm, and then subsequently used Devouring Swarm to get the achievement for killing Krieg in Veteran before reaching level 11, and I've also used Devouring Swarm on at least another one, maybe two builds in the past, and I just got fed up with it. It's a great skill, and I should have mentioned it, and a load of people commented, and I've agreed with their comments and said, yeah, what I'll do is I'll do a follow-up video for that Vindicator saying, look, this is what you can do with Devouring Swarm. Now, which brings me to this video. Now, I recently posted a short showing a triple rare drop from a boss in here. And that boss, similar to quite a few bosses, similar to Namadir and some other stuff, can drop one of two monster infrequent items. Now, not like Krieg. Krieg can actually drop both of his monster infrequents at the same time. You can get the weapon and the shield at the same time. I've had that numerous times drop together. Whereas the one in here, as far as I know, I mean, I've never seen him drop both of them at the same time. He's got one that is a vitality item that heavily buffs Devouring Swarm, and the other one is an elemental kind of thing. So the short that I posted comes from this video, which is a full run through. What I was hoping when I recorded this, because I did a couple of farming runs through here, still haven't got the flipping item yet. I'll have to keep going back and trying to get it. So this run was to try and get the Devouring Swarm monster infrequent from what's his face boss that's in the middle of the Anarchy level, which is the second the second map of this Bastion of Chaos dungeon. So I haven't got, the Vindicator is still running around in, I think, the start of Act 2 with rubbish resistances on a few damage types, and you know, it's easier to take one of my other characters into Bastion of Chaos and run around farming it. Now, what they've done in the recent patch here, Bastion of Chaos used to be really frustrating and annoying because it had loads and loads of doors, these spiky things where you walk up to the spiky thing, click on it, it drops, you walk past it, it comes back up behind you, and the doors weren't frustrating and annoying because they were particularly dangerous or got you trapped. It was just the flipping sheer number of them. You just get fed up. It was like, oh, I'm not the door level again and all this. So the recent patch took most of the doors out, so you can go into Bastion and you can run around in here, and it's much more fun. And I like fun. Fun is the whole point of doing video gaming, isn't it? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but for me. And so if they say we've made this area more fun by taking out these frustrating doors, I'm in there like a rat up a flipping drain pipe. There's one. There's one, okay? But that's okay, because you go in here and it's like boss mania. So you see the door and you think, ooh, this is going to be a significant area, boss mania in here. Whereas before it was like, here's a door, here's another door, here's another door. You're like, almost like you want to have Game of Thrones playing in the background. For whatever reason, oh, there's another one. See, that's the door out. So you've got a door going into that boss room, a door coming out of it. And then you won't come up against another one, I don't think, until much later on when there's another boss room. Whereas previously, it's flipping corridors. Every corridor, like there and here and there and the next one, they all had these doors on them. Anyway, this Purifier, and I'll stick some links in the description for this, some Grim Tools. This is a really old character. It's one of my, well, goes back miles back. And what I've had to do with this one is, this is where when I've created, say I'll create a fresh start, and because I'm so disorganized, I'll create a fresh start, clean like a save folder with no characters in it, to do a particular character. And then instead of going back to a save folder that's got all my old characters in, because I'm lazy, I'll just keep creating new characters and you know, in what was the fresh save. So this guy, I've had to copy him. He's been copied from more save folders than I've got to watch what I say on here in case it's something controversial. But yeah, you can imagine if you're copying a load of files from one folder to another. This character's been copied around loads, and it's not cheating. I mean, I leveled him up back in the day. Following, actually, this was one where I did follow, I think it was either I don't know, a Chinese YouTube guy's channel or Korean. I mean, don't hate me for I look at the language, the kind of the, you know, the letters and that in different, either Chinese or Korean. I don't know what flipping language it was, but he did this Purifier build, and he didn't, well, I don't know what he said. He didn't post it and say you've got to do it this way, but I followed it to the letter pretty much, because I was a noob and didn't know what I was doing. And this Purifier was probably one of my first really good characters. And then, like I say, you learn a lot from playing, and then you go off and start messing about doing your own builds once you understand a few things. Like with this, and it was like use this skill, this does this, use this devotion, and you see them working together. Oh, hang on, this is where that triple rare drops. It's such a mess in there, and my firework display doesn't help. Right, here we go. This is it. Watch that triple rare drop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom! There it is. Blink and you miss it. It disappeared. It disappeared in amongst all the other stuff. I reckon so much stuff is stacked up there. It's only when I go back. So I was sure I saw it, and I thought, where the hell's it gone? So when I go back up there and start picking things up, whatever's stacked up on the ground, it will suddenly appear. There it is, look. That's nice. I got really excited because I thought it was the Devouring Swarm one with a triple rare, and it's a flipping elemental one. So I thought, great, it's just my luck. I mean, the chances of getting a triple rare drop, and triple rare drops where you get monster infrequent with rare prefix and suffix. So on because I'm using the rainbow filter, you can see at a glance that they're both green, they're both rare. There's not like a lesser magical, which is shown as yellow, suffix or affix, prefix on it. So anyway, what I'm rambling on about, because this is like doing this commentary after. I'm not doing the commentary while I'm playing, so it's a little bit disjointed. So what I do now is you get lost in here, and I'll get the map up in a minute, because I'm trying to find. So that's where he is, using that middle bit, but there's a shop somewhere. Yeah, there's a shop top left, just about top left now. Now that shop, I never mentioned this before. If you think back, I'm covering so much stuff here. If you think back to the Elemental Pets build, and I was talking about when you kill Karos has got a chance to drop it's an amulet, isn't it? An amulet with pet stuff on it, and it's pretty good. It's something like plus 40% to pet damage, something like that. And in there I'm saying, yeah, you can, you know, farm Karos and all this. The shopkeeper in Bastion of Chaos sells the same item. Now there's quite a few monster infrequent items that shopkeepers sell. You just have to know which one. I've forgotten. Well, I didn't forget. I didn't even know. It's like I'd never noticed, and I hadn't looked it up. That this guy in here sells that pet item. Now, at the moment now, while I'm doing this run through, I don't know. But what I tend to do in any area, any dungeon area like this or Ancient Grove, whatever, where there's a shopkeeper, is go and have a look and see what's there. Because sometimes they've got something decent. He's in... Is he in here? Or the next bit? So, oh no, he's off to the left. So you've got to get through this bit. And then you go and find him. But yeah, this Purifier isn't the one that I was playing through in the leveling video series. But ultimately, if you stick with the Purifier and get the best gear you can get, you'll end up with something like this. Because he's got the full Dagalon set on. Now, arguably the mythical Justice set, which this character's also got, continually lugging around in his inventory. Yeah, get rid of that boss. I don't know what he drives. Oh, is he a boss or a hero? He's a hero, isn't he, I think? Yeah, he's not going to drop anything good. So there's the shopkeeper there, but now people are still hassling me. Yeah, like I was saying, if you take a Purifier to its logical conclusion, you'll end up with something like this. Right, so, hang on. Yeah, I'm still thinking, where are they all? So he's got those MIs there, those monster infrequents, that thing, and those things are dropping this sort of an area, and I think those are things that the Bloodsworn Muppets will drop. And then there's the Bloodsworn guns, but they're easy enough to get. You can go farm them quite easy out in the world. And then those shields, again, they're quite easy to get. They're quite nice, actually. I think I used one of them on a... Now, where's that? Yeah, there they are. See there, here we go. Right, boom. That, those signets, that thing, that's the thing. That is the thing that Carol's drops, I'm pretty sure. And I can go and check back in the video, I'm pretty sure. So that's good. So if you can't be bothered farming Karos, you can always come in here, waste a skeleton key, rush through to that shopkeeper and buy one of those things, or two of them, buy as many. Well, yeah, you can buy as many as you want, but that's that. So that's a little bit of info for the pet build, if that's useful for you. I don't think there's much more of this left. I think we get, well, actually maybe, hang on, so let's see where we're up to. But yeah, like I was saying, this Purifier isn't the one I was leveling up. But if you stick with the Purifier, get them to level 100, and then farm gear like a complete idiot for hundreds of hours, like I did, you'll eventually end up. Now I'll have to double check this. If you can, I don't know whether you can get a blueprint for the Dagalon set head armor. You might be able to. If you can, then you can, you know, make 4 of them. I think it's 4 pieces of Dagalon set. 4 of them, and then use the transmuting thing to create the whole set from it. Not sure whether you can do that with the Justice set either. I'm pretty sure with the Justice set I found all the pieces, but it takes ages. This is why when I'm doing these builds, I'll kind of get as far as showing you what it's like with a load of faction vendor items and easily farmable monster infrequents, and say, right, get it to this point, and then I'm not gonna put a build out there and say like this. I'm not gonna put this build up and go, oh yeah, why don't you do this build? All you need is the Dagalon set. Your chances of getting that within your first 500 hours of playing the game, it's random, isn't it? You might not get it. You might get it a bit quicker than that. But a lot of my early builds, keep remembering the Dark Blaze Pyromancer, I got all the pieces for that drop, and because I was keeping legendary items, you know, most people will do that, I had it all, and I thought, wow, you know, I better do this Pyromancer, and it turned out to be really good. Is this the third? Yeah, so you've got whatever the first area is called, then Anarchy, then you've got this Entropy or whatever final area. I think I'll get lost in here and start wandering around like a complete muppet. See, those things, I don't think you can destroy them. Those things that shoot those red chaos bolts out at you. And that was the combination of them and doors that kept trapping you. That was really annoying. Not because you die, just because it was a complete faff. And if you weren't paying attention, it might kill you. Yeah, see the orange and blue spiraling effect that goes on is really pretty. That's from the mythical. There's a pair of rings, and that's a mythical set of those rings. Because the normal set will do the same effect, but the mythical obviously is doing more damage, and I think buffs skills by more points, maybe, whatever. It's good. I'm trying to remember what else I've got on this character. Dagalon set, those rings, probably Storm Titan treads, the boots, they're pretty good. And it's a mixture of fire damage and lightning damage. I don't know whether there's some cold in there as well. It's mostly fire damage, lightning damage, and maybe some of it's elemental, which means it's adding some cold in. But yeah, it's probably about, I don't know, a higher percentage of fire damage than lightning. But those guns, one of the guns does fire damage, one does lightning damage. You might be able to get a different MI item and get something that converts fire to lightning and have more of a lightning based purifier. I don't know. I mean, it's good enough. I mean, this thing, I was using this one to farm Lokar in softcore for ages, and it's pretty good because the guy whose build I copied for this. See, I'm quite happy saying I did that. I mean, I don't copy loads of builds. I copied this because I was struggling. This was, imagine, I mean, I was like a lot of new players who played the game for a bit and wasn't getting anywhere, barely making it through Act 2 and ending up with a rubbish build. And I just thought, I'm gonna get a build that is going to be good, and I'm going to follow it, and you know. And this guy had this video up of him using a build like this, although he had the Mythical Justice set on, and he was doing Lokar in 21, 22, 23 seconds, which is pretty good. I mean, I'm sure somebody will pop up in the comments and tell me that's trash and rubbish, and you know, you could do it better than that, but you don't need to. 23 seconds to take Lokar out, and you can get there quite quickly on this character as well. So you can, it is very, very, very viable for Lokar farming, particularly in softcore where you can get a little bit more reckless and not worry too much about the mutators. Run in there. If he kills you, you know, does it matter? Not really. Once you're level 100, you're not losing anything. You're not losing, because the only death penalty is XP, so once you're 100 you're not losing anything apart from the time you put in. And we all know my opinion on this is all the time you put into a video game's lost anyway. It's wasted time. It's a fun way to waste your time though. Right, where's this last boss? See, I got lost. I keep, it's such a maze. There you go, it's up here. Right, this will all be over soon. So if you've stuck with this and you're thinking, what was the point of watching this video? What's he doing here? This was a farming run that failed. Didn't get the item I wanted, but there was a whole bunch of stuff in here that relates to other builds that I've recently done videos on. The MI that I didn't get for the Vindicator, that shop item, it's good for pets, and this Purifier that's doing the run. Watch how quickly he takes this prat out. Watch my health. Oh, lost a little bit, but, and yeah, goodbye, thanks for coming. Best of luck with your chaos. There you go. Yeah, it's just if you want to see where, I mean, when I was doing that high DPS fun build video guide, back of my mind was like, well, if anyone sticks with it, this is what they'll end up with, and it's a laugh. And I don't think I'll get anything good out of here or there. Do I? Oh yeah, purple thing. 2 of them. Oh, actually that's not bad actually. If you get two legendaries out of that spiky chest and a blueprint, not bad at all. Right. There's a little bit of faff at the end of this where I go out and stare at that triple rare, but you don't want to watch that. Right. Thanks for watching, and next video I do will be I'm going to do a vote count. I'll do a vote count video for the viewer's choice, show you what I'm going to do, and it will just be a vote count, and then straight after that I'll get into doing the leveling videos for that character. Right, nice one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all again soon.